Swear that keep on getting better. That's how I handle a lot of pressure. Tell me that I never do it ever. You just verbally pulling the lever. Swear that I can pull a lever. Give me 5 minutes together.
A Dead Guy sad album.
Like, you trying to tell me that the afterlife is sad, bro?
I don't know what the afterlife is about, but I hope it's not sad. Bless you.
Wazzy, is your mic on?
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's a little switch.
Well, I mean, I can see.
Turn it though, because you might get it caught there. Yeah. Actually, that might have been a good idea. My mic was not on. Okay. Good call, Jacob. All right. Episode 2
we recording?
of the name was podcast. We got it down to 2 names though, and I just highlighted them here because those are the 2 that we all have at least a 4 on. Wazzy want to be a dickhead.
Yep.
So next week,
Wazzy doesn't even give a 5 to his own
shit,
ideas.
bro. He don't give a 5 to his own stuff, bro. So that's crazy.
Whose idea was Funyuns?
His, and he just was.
It took me a second, but then I started thinking of that chicken soup for the soul.
But I just Funyuns, man. I just don't never want to be compared to Funyuns. I just really don't.
Well, I mean, it could be onions for your soul.
Okay.
There's
Because
also,
we're like,
or famous Amos for your soul.
Okay, we're like ogres.
You know,
yeah. Famous Amos for your soul.
yeah, you know, some like tier S class.
Okay, I'm your host. Your A Mike Jack, aka the Magic Mike, aka Massacre Mike, aka Jack the Rapper, aka I'm the man. To my left is Jake, aka Jakob, aka Viking white guy, aka
way too close
the Christian joint, aka Santa Claus's little helper. And to my right we got the Yeti, aka the Snowstorm, aka he just came on us hard last night, aka the Wazinator, aka Woozy Effect, aka I hate everybody, but I still smile in their face. And today we got a special guest, little Jack, aka Trey, aka Potato Head, aka Yukon Gold, aka
Yukon Gold,
Jack, baby Jack, aka Junior, aka Son, aka
3 Sticks,
little Jack, it's 3 Sticks, fire.
I stole that.
And this second episode of the No Name Podcast, sponsored by Jack Daniels, but not really. Cheers. Crack them babies open, y'all.
What the fuck are you doing comparing your child to some Yukon Gold potatoes?
Look at his head, bro. He got that golden potato head.
What? Yeah, I can't remember the other shit that you called them, but
Jack, Trey Ball, Junior, Son, Mr. Potato Head, Yukon Gold is
no. There was another one. I don't know. I'm fucking retarded.
Slobbery Mouth, the Slobber Monster, is also a good one. Look at
Wait, he
his eyes.
slobbers?
Oh, yeah. That boy.
The boy, dude.
Boy. And last week it rained hard as shit, and we still made it here. My whole street was a river.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
This week we got like 20 inches of snow outside. God is testing our resilience, boys, and we pulling through, dog. We pulling through. There's
ooh, maybe that should be the name. Big Dick Energy.
Oh fuck, we writing it down.
Yeah, put it down. Give me a 5 on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you know I give way too many 5s anyways.
I don't know. Okay, I got you. BDE too. That's a cool. It rolls off the tongue good. Mike likes it. But yeah, they testing our resilience and we pulling through, boys. So I appreciate y'all making sure y'all pulled up. It's a good feeling to know that through rain, sleet, snow,
we're like the post office.
15 miles up a hill, both ways, we come together, baby. Shout outs to the post office. They really do gotta get your mail to your house.
When I left the apartment, I saw a postal carrier going ahead and coming down the street, and I was thinking, like, man, All right, so they're out in all weather, right?
Yeah.
So those trucks have to be solid.
Yeah, for sure.
But I looked at those tires. They didn't look like they were meant for this shit.
The tires be bold as hell, but you ain't lying.
I don't think the doors are airtight either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really have no idea how the fuck they do it. Like,
They probably
shout out to the post office.
Shout out to the post. They gotta treat them like how we treat like laptops in the office. Like
Just
you
throw 'em
you
around.
just throw them out. You take parts out of something else and just throw it in this one just to keep
Just
it going
break
for
inside of
another
that
winter.
shit.
Yeah, just break it. Just get it going for another winter. That's all I need you to do is make it one more cycle, dog. You be all right. Screen here, keyboard here. L key there. I done seen some toe up. We got another Nick oatmeal special too.
Oh,
But it wasn't from Nick. It was from somebody, bro. This
Well, of
laptop.
course it's not from
I
Nick.
posted it on IG on my IG story, and people was like, "That shit is disgusting." This was like a week ago. But yeah, it was like covered in I don't know what dust, but like it looked like oatmeal all over again, and it had white stains on it. Like the dude just was like, "All right, let me get one off on this bad boy one more time before I ship it out." It's terrible.
was it like a really old guy? You think maybe he like came dust?
No, that's crazy.
Like, he's
I gotta
like,
go ask him who sent
"Fuck
it
you
in.
guys!"
Or just a
Just
young
fucking-
guy who was on like number 20 for the day.
Just running through these nuts.
Running up them nuts, boy. That's crazy. I wonder what the Guinness World Record of most nuts busty is in the. Let's go.
Just scrotum all shriveled up. Your balls just go ahead like begging for some mercy.
What should I say? Orgasms in a day.
I guess if that's
Girls
what
be
you
cheating.
research.
No, I just wanna say
dude
nuts.
orgasms.
Most orgasms in an hour?
134 orgasms in 1 hour. I'm not beating that record.
No. I'm not that guy.
It's not even 130. Hold on.
Well, there's
How many seconds is in an hour? It's not how many seconds. How many
Minutes?
minutes is in
60.
an hour? So you busting and absorbing amount of nuts in 1 minute. That's more than 2 nuts a minute, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
That's gotta be a
it's a
girl.
female though.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
gotta be
female,
girls.
which is different.
Yep.
But still,
we getting in here. All right.
oh
The
my
8
God.
world records. Make sure y'all phones on silent too. I don't.
My phone's always on silent. I'm retarded like that.
Yeah, I guess I am the only one who gets calls from randos. Let's see what we got here.
Wait, scroll back up to that picture. Let the people see that picture, because that's the most awkward. If you're kissing like that, you are not orgasming. 134
that's the
times.
134th orgasm for sure.
Are we doing this? Okay.
Bro,
All right.
this is a terrible picture that I've chosen. Okay, the longest masturbation from Japan. Of course, the freaky motherfuckers over in Japan.
10 hours.
Jerking.
9 hours and 58 minutes.
By
He
masturbating?
beat the previous world record, which was also his by 28 minutes. So you first and second place.
So is Guinness there watching? Like, how do they validate 10
Well,
hours?
and what does this mean? Does this mean that he just like was stroking his shit for almost 10 hours?
Gotta be right. You just was stroking your dick. Was it hard the whole 10?
10 hours.
There's no way your shit stayed hard for 10. Look at this motherfucker winking at us. That shit just
That's Tom
irritates.
Hardy.
Yeah, I know.
Look at
Why?
super soft.
Yeah. He looks soft as shit.
Yeah. But I mean, oh god, I got so many
I
questions.
got too many questions.
Because like is there like a certain rhythm that you have to keep it? Like you have to
Right.
keep a certain stroke per second? Because like
Yeah.
if you're just like,
Yep.
you know, sure you're technically jerking off,
But it's like,
come
is that
on.
jerking off? The longest kiss from Thailand made out for 58 hours, 35 minutes, and
more than 2
58
days.
seconds, bro. And that's these two. It's gotta be. It's gotta be them,
they're
right?
just sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah, so that the stipulations for that gotta just be your lips is touching.
They didn't
Right.
sleep, didn't eat, didn't even take a bathroom break. So, okay, if they didn't take a bathroom break,
Wow, okay, that's
Were they, like-
impressive.
It's no way.
You just
You could have
shit-
you
you got
could have took a
bananas.
bathroom break while kissing somebody.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Come on, dog.
If it's for a contest, like I'll kiss my wife while she's taking a shit.
This shit just fucked me up. They were awarded cash, 2 diamond rings, and immortality. Damn! Well, I will never die. I kiss the shit out of somebody. Well, I don't know. If I could have immortality and then be able to turn it off when I felt like it, I would do that.
What do you mean turn it off? Like, what's the point?
It's an on or off thing.
No, that's what I'm. But listen, if I like that dude, the vampire who had the painting just aged and he didn't. But if he looked at the painting, all the AIDS came to him and he would die.
What are you talking about?
You never heard of this? Like he's actually one of the characters in Extraordinary League of Gentlemen. Is that what that movie is called? League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I don't remember that.
There's they took a whole bunch of different characters. Like I believe Frankenstein's monster was one of them, and Davy Jones might have been one of them, or something like that. But one of the dudes is a vampire, and it's like a historical story. There's a painting on the wall, and he's a vampire. And instead of him aging, the painting ages. But if he ever looks at the painting, then the shit's reversed and he dies. If I could do something like that, I would do that. Because I don't want to live forever, but I don't want to just die involuntarily. I want to choose when I want to die.
Speaking of dying voluntarily.
Are you saying you would not want...
This podcast is sponsored by
Arby's. Well, yeah, we getting in our sponsorship bag early. Mm-hmm. We not sponsored by, and we sponsored by Red Solo Cups. Ooh, that's a fire sponsorship.
And Yeti.
I'm a Contigo.
Do you have a Yeti?
No.
These bitches are
he done already
ridiculous.
Jumped into the goddamn. You jumping into the commercial already?
Well, no. I mean, this shit's...
Do you have a Yeti? Let me tell you about the Yeti.
I was seeing more of like MLM. Do you have a Yeti? Do you want one? I got one.
So
first $20 is the Yeti. If you didn't hear my introduction,
well, I did. Which is segue. No, I will go ahead and say that there's a lot of hype about these bitches, and they're very trendy. But I made this fucking cup of tea. What time is it? Is it noon?
Yeah, a little afternoon.
I made it 2 hours ago. It's still scalding my fucking mouth.
So I had a Contigo, I think, that I blew the O-ring on.
We Contigo boys over here, dog.
It would stay warm all day. Like I'd make a coffee in the morning, and like afternoon at work, it'd still be like pretty warm. And I'll have to get another one because mine's dead. But
check out Yeti too, man. They got
if they sponsor us, I'll check them out all day, baby.
Yeah. If you want some more,
one for water, one for coffee, one for tea.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got that,
bro. Yeah. Peep this next one. Maximum birth.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yep.
During the 1700s, it was recorded that Miss Valasieva,
I like the
Valasieva, from a village in Russia, gave birth to 69. Of course, it's 69. 69 kids. There were 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets.
God bless her.
God bless that vagina. Gone. God.
She kept the Russian Empire going.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Mrs. Veselieva.
How does that even happen?
I'm assuming it just got easier along the way. It's like 67, 68.
Well, my great grandmother, she had what was it, like 13, 16 kids, something like that. Bunch of fucking twins. I think at least half of them were twins. And but they're hillbillies, so it was like Donald and Ronald.
Yeah,
there we go. I just gave birth to twin boys, Donald and Ronald.
Did they at least
Larry and Jerry?
Yeah. Was it ordered by letter? So the older one was the lower letter, and the younger one was the upper letter. Or?
I don't know if that much logic and like thought was put into it, but yeah, there's Donald, Ronald, Larry, Jerry, Gary, Terry, and those are all the rhyming ones I can think of.
Next one.
Yeah.
Because we look at the orgasms already. Yep. Boob size 102 triple Z.
Nope, that's not a car
breast.
Huh? For having the largest natural breast. Oh, so somebody got some bigger fake boobs than that? Why?
Probably.
I just said 102 triple Z. Z's the last letter in the alphabet. She hit it 3 times. Why do you want more booby than that, bro? I know it looked crazy, bro. This looks disgusting.
Wait,
world's biggest.
Wait. Let's quote it real quick. It made me feel like $1 million. It's such an honor. This will go down in history. It's something I'll always cherish. Having... What? How big are those?
Every girl I know with big boobs complains a lot about them. They backs fucking hurt. Can't find the bra size that you want. You don't know nothing about that.
And he's like, you want to talk about boobies? I know something about boobies.
I know a little something about some boobies. Mike.
Talk about the food sex.
It's like a buffet there.
All you can eat.
Oh my god. Oh, you can't. You got the nerve to be cross-eyed too, bitch. These titties.
I love how Jack's looking at me like, why you gotta laugh like that,
bro? This the
my
one,
ears hurt
man.
now.
That's crazy.
Oh, something she will always cherish: having to go to the chiropractor 4 times a week.
Facts, bro.
Because that shit's just throwing her out.
Oh, damn. I thought they was gonna have a video of them things bouncing. Them warlocks.
Oh.
I gotta get a glimpse of these warlocks. Oh my fucking goodness.
It's like being at the Renaissance Festival.
Well, you're right. Probably smells like it too.
Lots of patchouli.
You and this damn patchouli.
I feel about that shit.
World's biggest orgy. 250 men and women gathered
So
once
that is
again in
500.
Japan's nasty asses. 500 people to have sex at the same time and same place.
You know what cracks me up about that? The Japanese will go ahead and be so anal when it comes to having their own personal microphones at karaoke because of germs, wearing fucking masks all the time and shit because of hygiene. And yet 250 of them will go ahead and just bang each other out. Like, as for a record, though.
There were couples, so it was less.
Read the
awkward.
last two sentences too.
The whole act was choreographed so that couples were having sex at the same positions and at the same rhythm. The participants were all tested for STDs because...
Safety first.
I like that timing.
That was perfect timing, y'all. Oh my god.
Sometimes you just got it.
God. The last two. Longest ejaculation and world's strongest vagina. This motherfucker busted nut. 18 feet and 9 inches, bro. The speed! He busted nut at 42.7 miles an hour.
Wait, so did they have like the...
They got the baseball gun. They clocking the nut, bro. That's crazy.
You're taking an eye out at that point.
Oh my god. Do you train for that? Hey, you
have
His
to.
name is Horst Schultz, first of all. Terrible name.
He's
Horst,
fucking German.
you got an open invitation to come on the podcast. I need to know what's going on here, bro.
He's got that German goo.
Did you eat something specific to prepare for this? Does certain foods make it more sticky and easier to easily projectile? Or
You
are
really
you just
want to know?
It's crazy. And then now we're looking at
see your
vagina strength.
Oh, wow.
It's an unofficial record though. She lifts 35 pounds with her pussy.
Have you seen those egg things?
It's like a metal egg that
Yeah.
you kegel so that
Well, there's those, but then there's like eggs that have like a where you can essentially hook like a weight to.
like the thing the monks do with on their balls.
Yeah. Remix. Oh, the Jade. Oh man.
Is this it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Mike. Let me see. Which one?
It's a good thing they're on some string.
So they just put these up there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good, bro? And then get it in with their exercises for the day.
I guess so.
Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3.
Oh man, how we get on all this?
I don't know. That's a good ass question.
Good thing we were recording it so that we could just like rewind it later and be like, oh yeah, that's how that makes sense. Mike, I know you got something that you really want to talk about, something that's near and dear to your heart.
What's that?
How many times have you graduated from middle school?
Guys, they're turning Losser into a middle school, Wazzy.
Really?
Yes. Well, that's the report, at least. And,
well, they threw everybody at... They consolidated Andover, right?
Yes.
Like, they
so
threw
now
everybody over
it's
there.
Bloomfield Hill schools. And then now they're saying they're using that old building to make a middle school. And now that's Marygrove that's been transformed into a middle school.
Is
my
it?
college. And now my high school is a middle school. And now I don't know what to tell motherfuckers when I turn 40 and 50. Like
Julia was dying when she saw
every
your post.
place that I fucking graduate from is like goddamn middle school now. What is people gonna think of me when they look at my fucking resume?
I mean, what did
Well, you were 18.
I didn't think they could think I didn't think that they could think no worse of me with them schools already.
Wait,
but
so
now,
you graduated middle school and then you went to middle school again? What's wrong with you?
And then you went to
long story.
And every time you went to middle school, you did worse. Your grades got lower every time, Mike.
You were at middle school for 4 years? There's only 3 grades.
That's funny as hell. So I just saw that yesterday. And I don't think it's official yet, but it's definitely in the talks. Ooh, good smack, buddy. It's definitely in the talks.
I mean, I could see them doing that, but
I mean, when you got buildings like that just sitting around, yeah, they tend to try to, because when they first did it, they said it was going to be an athletic facility. They was going to change that to like where they do.
They're going to do the gym and stuff over there, right?
And then they just scrapped that because I don't know.
Well, what was the middle school in that area, or is currently? Do you know?
Yeah, East Hills.
Right,
and that might be the elementary school. No, East Over and East Hills, I believe, were the elementary school and the middle school. And then, it's like, hell no.
Well, and what's funny, though, is like that would indicate that there's a surplus of a smaller, like a younger population, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
you want to stand up, buddy?
Those kids are all going to be getting older together. So, like, if you need all of these middle schools,
right,
then you're going to need to go ahead and convert some of these middle schools into high schools again.
I think they're actually just trying to get like smaller classrooms and like kids closer so that they aren't traveling a while to middle school, and also just more teacher jobs. I mean, but Andover and Losser were separately small schools. Andover had 800, Losser was 11 or something.
I don't know how many, but it wasn't that big.
So
play that drum, buddy.
Together, they were a normal high school.
Banging the head in the club, in the streets. Keep banging, keep banging the beat. So super fire, guys. My resume eventually is going to say I graduated from 3 middle schools, and people will never take me serious.
It says here you moved out and went to middle school.
Also, Eminem dropped a surprise album yesterday.
Yeah. Wait, was that yesterday?
Yes, Friday. Just bopped it on our asses, and
I hear it's straight trash.
So
that's what the internet says.
The internet is fucking terrible, bro. He's spitting on this bitch. So before I get into this album, I'm more curious to ask, like, why when M dropped his first like album, which is like the Marshall Mathers LP, and if Infinite was his first one, people was on that too. But I think his first mainstream joint, Infinite, had like How My Name Is on there. But the Real Slim Shady and everything, that was on, and The Way I Am and all his hits. Right. Them boys was on. Like,
that motherfucker just sneezed
right
like on the top of your
So like,
he spit on your head.
When M first came out, it don't really matter which album, but when he first started getting famous and you was like, this a white rapper, was you fucking with him? Did you listen to any of his albums at all back in the day?
I did, because they weren't like the normal rap at the time. Like they were, his lyric, his flow is different than most of what I've heard anyways. So, yeah, I did. Was Stan on that album too?
Yep. Great song. I could turn that shit on any day of the week. It's like a song that's not even like. It don't seem like you're supposed to be able to just turn that shit on and listen to it because of the story you telling. But I can, bro. Anytime, anything I'm doing, I could work out to Stan. I could put a Stan on a montage video, boy, and that shit obey. Dear Slim, Nick Cannon dropped the 4th diss track, by the way. Damn. So the meme I saw said Nick Cannon versus Nick Cannon continues.
Wait. He did another diss track?
Yeah,
a 4th one?
Yes, sir. So you listened to him, and then you just kind of was like, "I'm done with him."
I never stopped.
Okay.
I didn't actively like be like, all right, radio from this.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've never disliked his music. I did like his goofy shit a lot more early on, but that was high school, 16, 15, I think. So,
yeah.
But like when he had Tom Green, like he had what was that?
Yeah, that was the Eminems show. All them goofy songs on there, Without Me, and I gotta think about the other goofy shit.
So he was doing a bunch of goofy shit when like when I first started hearing about him, and I don't know, I was just more into like DMX and that sort of thing. So I was like, what the fuck is this?
Bro, you just hate my pop screen, huh? That's
it
what I'm about to do.
Black or White from DMX that was huge at that time?
That's Michael Jackson.
No. No, there was I'm trying to think of the song, because he had one that was huge at the time that I listened to.
And then there was X had just recently come out.
Mm-hmm.
X, and then Yo Joint, which I was just listening to the other day, where he's covered in blood.
Well, that was before, because that was that's In Hell Is Hot, right?
Yep, In Hell Is Hot. Bangers all through that joint, dog.
Oh man, they at the Atmosphere show, they played some DMX like in between sets or whatever and stuff. I was like, oh, I want to listen to some DMX on the way home. But Julia's not gonna be feeling
a lot of my like artists that I know in the city was at that Atmosphere show too, and I'm like, damn, I knew I should just grab my ticket and went, but I was exhausted that day. I can't remember what I was doing that day.
I was sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Julia seemed like she had a good time.
Oh yeah,
went out around the place.
Dude, and Nikki Jean had a very unique set.
Jean is fire. She always on like Lupe songs and shit though. So that's how I know her, but she can sing her ass off, boy.
Because I've heard some of her like single stuff, like her solo stuff or whatever, and her set was really interesting because we get there and like we were in no rush because we're like, there's openers and everything, and I'm not feeling great, so I don't, you know. But like, so we get there and she was already on stage and she was sitting at the keyboard and she was playing and singing, and then she goes ahead and like stops and she starts like talking about the song and everything, and then she gets up, she picks up a guitar, she starts playing this guitar, and she starts performing this other song of hers, singing it, and she's more of like an R&B sort of singer, right? You know, and she's like, you know, I used to like really fuck with Rhymesayers. What the hell are they doing signing to R&B singers? So then she does that same song, but in more of like a rap sort of fashion. Everything she hit like a button on her computer, starts playing a beat and everything, and she starts rapping the same lyrics and everything. And that versatility, I was like, that's fucking really cool.
Crazy.
But then she starts explaining a little bit of the story behind like the, you know, like why she wrote that song and what she was going through and everything. And it wasn't like her going ahead and performing a bunch of songs or performing an album as much as it was her going ahead and like giving you another completely different look at her music and stuff, which that's one of the things I really like about going to a show, is getting something I can't get anywhere else, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like when I went ahead and saw Weezer, I left after like 3 songs.
Well, I've heard they sound just like their CDs, like
exactly.
I'm assuming it's
you
live
don't
tracks.
like that? So you just want a different sounds a lot of the time.
Well, I mean, there's
I
a lot of
wouldn't leave
variables.
if somebody sounds like their album because I like the album.
Well, yeah. So I mean, I was at the Weezer concert, flying solo.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
but
fucking
I feel
packed.
like there were people that you knew in there. Wasn't like Ryan there and Darren Burton there. Or
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
But like, there's a massive ton of people there at DTE, and
it was at DTE too.
Yeah, right. And it sounded exactly like anything I would hear if I just went on YouTube and click play. So I'm like, well, I'm not getting anything unique out of here. I'm just gonna dip and completely avoid all of these people trying to leave at the same time.
Crazy leaving DTE after a
10,000 high people just trying to drive.
Right, exactly. So so I appreciate when I feel like I get something unique, and that doesn't necessarily mean like you have to be sitting there telling me your life story and shit like that. But like there has to be a unique energy that I can't acquire on my own. You know, like I was sitting there bobbing my head to the Weezer concert and stuff, but I wasn't gonna be going fucking wild in a mosh pit or anything like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like at your one show and stuff like that, like, you know, you were able to change the atmosphere there. What was that, Triple Crown? And you know, and you were able to change the atmosphere there. And like,
what was my man's name? Chris Cross. I got a motherfucking dance.
Shout out to Chris Cross.
I think you dead, bro. Shout outs to you for that one beautiful night. So performing my single.
Is that one dude 2 16-year-old kids? Because
he was just some dude that was off a pill.
And a trench coat.
Yeah, he was
pants on backwards.
So the reason why I ask y'all about M is because when M drops new albums, I'm always checking for him. I'm a hip hop head, period. But it's not because M is from Detroit. Because even if he wasn't, I'd still be rocking with him. But since he is, I rock with him even harder. I feel like but I really just do like artists from my city a lot.
Well, you should.
Because it's hard to make it from here. Being somebody who's been trying to make it from here, you can't make it. This is another topic for another time. But it's really hard to make it from here, and especially if you just staying here. You kind of got to go to New York, Atlanta, LA, Nashville, but that's really more of a country area. So when M drops, you just see. I could write some shit for some country people. I'd get some writing credits. When M drops now, somehow he got set into this, like, and this is why I hate the internet. And this is what I was telling you earlier. I just hate the internet. It's too many people that get to have an opinion on shit and talk about stuff that they don't know nothing about. So like when you get put into these certain categories on the internet, it's almost impossible to get out of them. So M drops something, he's set into this corny old man category that he can. It's almost no matter how good he raps, he can't get out of that shit because the internet just gonna have jokes before even listening to the album. Big Sean kind of got stuck in there for a little bit. He's working his way out a little bit. J. Cole, he got put in this category where people say he make you fall asleep. Like his shit is boring. Exactly how? It's just that, and then you get because.
I mean, I guess I'm not doing bumps of coke while listening to Cole, but
you know, and it's just, and this probably how famous people have been forever. But once you get put into this category, your career is kind of set almost sometimes.
I think it's definitely gotten worse with the internet.
100%.
I was thinking the other day, like everybody's like, oh, if it's not their first album, it's crap. And I'm like, bands change over time.
Right,
Linkin Park had a
beings
different
grow.
Album every single time. Green Day, almost every album progressed to a more adult contemporary sound.
And that's something I learned with Tool, because when I first started listening to Tool, like Lateralis was like their latest thing out. So when 10,000 Days came out, I'm like, what the fuck is this garbage? You know, but like
it take you a minute sometimes.
Right,
so
but
like,
it's funny because like I would go ahead and also listen to like Sober and Opium and shit like that, their early stuff, which was also very different from Lateralis. People who were fucking with them in the early days didn't like Lateralis for the same reasons that I didn't like 10,000 Days.
Yeah, bro.
And stuff. But like, I think it was an interview with Maynard James Keenan. He was talking about how like, I don't want to go ahead. Like I'm growing. I've been through things. And I've moved past certain things. You know, there's certain songs off of Opium, off of Sober that I don't want to perform anymore because when I wrote those, like I was suffering from trauma,
right?
And that was part of my therapy to get through it and stuff. So in order for me to adequately perform it, I have to go back to that traumatic state in front of thousands of people. I don't want to always do that. I don't want to relive that trauma.
Like a super emotional song that it's written based on memories. So
and you can't even sing it the same way sometimes, bro. Like when you going through it and you write a song like that and you sing it because you going through it, you got a certain feel to it. Like I'm really feeling the shit that I'm saying. After a certain point, it gets to like, all right, now I'm just reciting the fucking lyrics, dog. Right. Like, you know, I can't perform Faded the same way I used to be able to perform it when I was 20. Like, it's not the same ideology I was in. Yeah. And then on top of that, Drake just had an interview on this podcast called Rap Radar. And he says that most dudes close out their last 3 songs are the best songs that they've come out with that year. So if you're still performing, if your last 3 songs is the same songs that they was last year, I feel like I failed. I should be able to close my shit with something that y'all really fuck with every time I got a new tour. And if I can't do that, then that means this last album, this last project, or whatever I've been doing, I've been failing, dog. And I feel that shit because. And I didn't even think about it like that, but I've been now that I think about the concerts I go to, like most artists, they'll start off with something familiar, like a banger. Sometimes it's the intro off of whatever their latest album is. Then halfway through, they'll give you some like classics that they've had, some shit that everybody will know. But then he's right. You usually in whatever your banging single is at the time, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, God's Plan." Or when I saw Logic, he was performing something off his new album. Logic is a fire performer too, by the way. Really? But I feel that you can't. Not only am I a different person, but I'm getting better at my craft. And some people don't like the sound of better, like technically the sound of better. Because once I start rapping better or singing better or playing the instrument better, I get better recording equipment. Like your equipment sounds different, and that's why your songs sound different. Like, I'm not recording in this room like we recording now no more, bro.
When you
sorry guys, we got the podcast in a actual studio, and our voices don't sound crispy or not crispy but raspy and unfiltered, like
echoing everywhere.
Yeah, like okay, I understand y'all like that sound because for some reason it sounds authentic, but at some point you got to get to a point where you got professionalism.
That's my thing about records.
Yeah,
I get it if you have like a sentimental value to records, like the pops and like the warmth of it and everything, but it's literally not a better sound.
Yeah,
it can't be.
Exactly, it's impossible. And stuff, if you like that, like that's a subjective experience and stuff. But when we're talking about objectively, like that's one of the things that like those hipsters always annoy me with. Like, no, it's not better. You like it more. I can respect that.
Right.
I mean, it's not like records were made, everybody recording it was still tracks layered on top of each other and then recorded onto a record.
Right.
So it's not like they were all live and singing and then there's your record. So it can't be better.
So the whole reason I even brought that shit up is because I'm listening to the M album, and if I would have let the internet tell me it, I would have never listened to it. I thought it was trash. I would have thought he still played out and was garbage and out of date, because that's another thing they say. He's not connected to the world. But then I turn it on, and off top, the first song, he's talking to hypocrites saying, you guys tell me that I'm doing this, this, and this, and I'm too old, but then you don't say nothing to Jay-Z. You don't say nothing to 2 Chainz. You don't say nothing to all these other guys who are, and he named off some like other artists that are just old, period. You don't say this about rock bands. You don't say this about anybody.
Yeah, Rolling Stones still touring.
Like, y'all don't say shit like this to other people, but y'all say it to me. So I know that it's just because it's the hot thing to say. Yeah. So all I can do is basically, this is like the synopsis. All I can do is keep rapping my ass off, which he does on the song, and then and let people who, because the numbers still show it. And at the end of the day, you gotta get to a point once you get that big too. Whether you didn't like it or you did like it, you still listen, motherfucker. And that's all that I care about at a certain point. When I'm coming up, I hope everybody likes my shit. I know that they won't. But once you get to a certain point, I'm just glad you listened, motherfucker, just to have an opinion on it. Because, and even if you didn't listen and you talking about it without listening to it, you still talking about me, which is still publicity, dog. And I win.
Because I mean, like I still listen to the Nick Cannon diss tracks.
Yeah.
They were garbage. Everyone said that they were garbage, but I gotta check it out.
And artists are the most sensitive beings on earth, dog. And I've been around all types of beings. I've been around regular people. I've been around gamers.
I've been around
so
butthurt.
Yeah, athletes. I be butthurt. No, I don't. I be around athletes. I be around musicians, and musicians are by far the most self-conscious and sensitive beings that I be around, dog. They don't. They make music and they like talking about how good it is, but they don't like letting people hear it because they're afraid that they're going to hear an opinion on it that isn't good about what they think.
It's a lot easier for somebody to hate on a musician, though. I mean, because it's literally everywhere. I can avoid sports.
Yeah,
like random dude in Cleveland, Ohio is not. I'm not going to say anything because I don't care about whatever sport, basketball or baseball or whatever. But radio, everybody's listening. So,
I mean, I think yes and no. But I think you can still easily avoid like a lot of stuff out there.
You
but
can avoid anything. I know people who don't know shit about sports. Jake, you don't got ESPN, bro. I mean,
it's kind of what I'm saying.
Brendan Schaub and Joe Rogan were going ahead and commentating fights together. I think I would get ESPN Plus.
Yeah. That would be fire commentator.
Right? Because I watched some of their fight companions, but well, I think going back to the whole growth thing, I think the way I kind of look at art is what you're doing is living and growing.
Talk your shit.
And you're trying to go ahead and share that with others, right?
Exactly.
And that's one of the reasons why I have difficulty respecting bands like AC/DC, like Disturbed, because their music, I don't see that growth. And stuff. You got AC/DC. How old are you guys? You're still talking about Chase and Tail.
Exactly.
So they have their format. Their format works at a general level, so why change? And I agree with you.
Right, but like the way I perceive art is that what you're doing is you're living your life as a human, you're growing as a human, and you're trying to find ways to go ahead and communicate your life, your growth with others and stuff through whatever medium and that is, whether it's painting, whether it's music and what have you. So when you go ahead and you put an album out and people are hating on it, the way that I think it's very easy to go ahead and perceive it as people hating on the life you live, hating on you personally and the growth that you've been through.
Yes.
And it's very easy to take it personally. And that's valid because it is something very personal that you're putting out. Yeah. Also, at the same time, don't put it out if you can't
take the bad.
Right.
You encapsulated that perfectly. If you hate on my art, it's like you hate me. Because it's something that I created. It's something that's coming from me. So to hate that is to hate me. And I it's hard to not feel shitty after that. Right. It really is, dog. It's really hard not to feel shitty, dog. That's why I don't read comments on stuff. Anything. If I ever put out something, or even other people's stuff, I watch YouTube videos and I don't go to the comments because I don't even like seeing other people get ripped up for their opinions. I just make my own opinion in my head on what I just saw and I move on to the next.
My coworker, I just learned, like, he always watches when he watches a video on YouTube is looking at all the comments. Just so that he can form his opinion based on theirs.
He's a psycho.
I don't care what 12-year-olds have to say.
Exactly.
Why don't you?
It's trash.
They are. Most of these people who under here are not older people. You're right.
I mean, if there's a video and
it's trolls,
I'm learning something from it, or I think that the comments could have useful information.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
A bunch of the tech videos. I'll go down and read comments on that because there may be somebody who's like, you could have done this with this.
Yep. Or might have links to other resources and like shit. Fuck yeah.
But music is different for everybody. I'm not gonna read what Tony 12-year-old is gonna say about a band that he doesn't care about but watched because his friend linked it. Yep. I don't care about his opinion.
Now, admittedly, some of those comments can be
hilarious.
Like that one I sent
hilarious.
The guy pretending to be a 13-year-old for that Predator and the comment that I went ahead and snapped.
Yeah, hilarious.
10 minutes into having anal sex and he still doesn't know I'm not 13. Like that shit. That was the second one down. I was like, okay, that's hilarious.
Good.
I'm going back up.
That's good, bro. I swear. Oh, you shaking a cam. Oh, I did put the camera on the table. I forgot about that.
Damn it, Mike.
So at the end of the day, y'all, Eminem's album is fucking fire, especially the first 5 songs. He does stuff rapping that I haven't heard nobody else do at fucking 50, however old him is, bro. He rapped for like 40 seconds at a pace without breathing that I don't think is humanly possible. And I need to talk to him and find out if he punched in at any point. Because if he did this part of this song, so when you're recording, you can go like, you can say,
if you're stitching it together.
And then you stop, and then you tell the engineer to hit stop, and then you say, all right, press record, and I'll pick it up where I left off in the last part of the recording. That's punching in.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
How long was the Rap and Rap God?
Oh, ridiculous, right?
That supersonic.
Yeah.
But I can hear where he breathed in the Rap God, so that's why that's why I don't question that. Like I can see where you probably got your breath seeing that, and certain syllables and certain words you don't need to use as much breath or energy to say them. But on this shit that I just heard today, I'm like, I have no clue, dog. I have no clue. So either you punched in or you are a rap god, dog. And so it's, I hate seeing other people, because what it comes down to is that somebody will tell you, I want to hear, I've heard it every which way, so I just want artists to make their own shit. I've heard people like you say progress and have different shit, and then people say, man, we don't like this new shit, we want the old shit. And I've seen artists who had an album come out, their second album come out, it sounded just like the first album. Everybody loved the first album, but they hated the second album because it sounded too much like the first album. You can't. It's a dice roll, bro.
Also,
you can't choose what they're gonna like.
You are going to hear the vocal minority of people.
Why is that though? Why do people who love shit? Why are their opinions not as loud as people who hate shit?
Because if I'm on a video and I'm like,
sells.
all right, cool, that was awesome.
But are people who like shit just less vocal? Are we even saying anything?
I mean,
do you go out your way? We don't. I know we don't. But are people going out their way to comment this is fire on stuff that often?
I mean, if I like something, I may go ahead and share it and be like, hey, check this out. But that's not as strong as going ahead and posting like, look what the fuck this retard went ahead and did.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think of like product reviews of everything where it's like 1 in 10,000 products may fail. It's kind of a manufacturing standard. So someone's like, I got a product and it was broken, I'm never buying from them again. It's 9,999 products that were perfect that they're like, all right, cool, I got my product, I'm going to go on my way. And
I guess I don't. Maybe, and also you're right.
Well,
when you share something and you say this was fire, it doesn't lend itself to being controversial. It doesn't, and not even controversial as much as it's not aggressive. When people say this is trash, people comment on there either way a lot more than this is good, because you got two people. One person who's gonna comment on there like, "Thank you, this shit was trash." And you gonna have somebody else comment on there like, "You crazy motherfucker, this shit was fire." But when you say this is fire, I think you just get less attention to it,
right? Because I'm like, oh, all right, so Mike thinks this is fire. Yeah. That doesn't mean anything for me though.
Yeah.
But also, I wonder if it's kind of like an evolutionary biology sort of thing, like
Google Jake,
like herd mentality and stuff. Like, I need to go ahead and be aware of the things to avoid.
Oh, you said herd mentality.
Yeah.
Well,
so if you're going ahead and be like, fuck those berries over there, I got the shits from them. I'm gonna be, oh shit, yeah. Hey everybody, fuck those berries over there. But if like you had some berries and they were good, you might be like, yeah, there's some berries that are safe.
Do you know about the psychology experiment where they had like 9 people answer a question wrong purposefully, and then the 10th person, like for the first 9 or 10 attempts, they'd be like, all right, these guys are dumb, it's B. After a couple minutes, they were agreeing with all the people who knew they were wrong just because they didn't want to be that outsider.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I can see that working too, though. If I'm the 10th person and 9 people just keep saying some shit, I can see myself falling for some
consensus,
shit like that.
man. Like, yeah,
it depends on how wrong they is. Like,
I feel like I don't care enough about, and I'd rather be right or correct than agree with everybody. But I can't say that until I get 9 people to tell me I'm wrong.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's such a difficult thing.
Yeah, like I said, it would have to be like you
so
set a
much
phone on
context.
here, and then they say, "Is this an Apple or an iPhone?" Like if 9 people before me said that's an iPhone, you know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, that's a fucking Samsung. You guys are retarded. If it's that clear, I'm not changing my opinion.
Yeah.
But if it's something like you put a picture of somebody up and say, "Is this a boy or a girl?" and it look like your man's, and I gotta be like, "Oh shit, I don't know." I'm gonna be like, I think it's a man, but shit, they said it's a girl.
It's
So
the 21st century, so
you know what I'm saying? 2020, baby. This could be anything.
2020, we ain't got 2020 vision.
Man, rappers, I bet not hear one 2020 vision bar in your motherfucking raps this year.
Bro.
It's already dead. And I ain't heard one yet. It's already terrible and I ain't heard one yet. If I hear any rapper do 2020 vision in 2020, I'ma slap you. You will see a post from me hating. Hey. Oh!
Speaking of hate, McGregor over here, huh?
Woo! This motherfucker McGregor was super polite, super composed with the suit on. I don't know. I don't like it. I know you like it, but I don't like it. I
It's
need my
got me fucked
McGregor
up.
talking. I need my McGregor almost racist, saying wild shit.
Almost racist? Ah.
You ever watch a UFC fight, Wazzy?
I mean, I've seen some, but not regularly.
These like the big ones like this are the ones that I tune in for. I don't just tune in for. I'm a casual, as they a
fucking
fucking casual. But
Jake, look at me like,
What'd you say?
talking about my dad.
Actually, I see more of a he is casual.
But joints like this is what I get up for, dog. They fire, bro. Cowboy versus
Cerrone? Or no,
Cowboy versus
Cerrone
Conor.
versus Conor, yeah.
But it's so good because both these fighters can't lose this match. Cerrone's lost his last 2. Connor's lost his last 2, but his last 2 was against the best fighter in MMA, and then he boxed Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah,
which was ridiculous. So both of them, he was going to lose. But if he loses this third one against Cowboy, Connor's cachet drops real hard, I think. Cowboy, he loses, he probably going to retire. So both of these guys are going into this match, and they're like, I don't want to fucking lose this fight.
Well,
dog.
so I don't see Cowboy retire.
No, he ain't gonna retire.
But like I could see the UFC possibly going ahead and being like cutting him.
Yeah,
but
I don't know about cutting.
Yeah, but I don't even.
He
really
ain't gonna
see
get
that.
no fights that he won't.
Well, yeah, but like where he's at right now, he's just taking whatever fights they throw his way. Like
that's just him, though,
yeah,
right?
He's just hungry.
Yeah, he'll fight whoever they say. Hey, you want to fight him? Yes, bring him. Like,
Oh, next week? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. And that's always been his mentality and stuff. So I don't think it's as do or die for him. But like for Conor, like you've been gone for 2 years.
Yeah,
you got your ass whooped by Khabib.
Ass whoop, and actually he made it to the 4th, which most dudes don't do. But yeah, you got mangled.
And yeah, so and then not to mention all the trouble that he's been in inside and outside the UFC.
Yeah, I think people kind of forgot about that shit, but that stuff starts piling up. Like, look at dudes like
it's humbled him.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I saw the other day with that.
And I'm talking shit. When I see him focus like this, it's a good sign to me.
Yeah,
it says, "Oh, you coming to fight tonight?"
I was watching the live
because the fight is tonight.
Yeah, I was watching the live weigh-in last night. And like he gets on the scale and everything. He does his little scream and all that jazz. But then like he was like looking around, and he hasn't been there for 2 years. He hasn't been in that spot there for 2 years. And you could see that he was like, I'm finally back home.
You're right.
And like there's an appreciation that he had taken for granted. I watched some of the clips of him and Khabib from when they were fighting and getting into it and everything. Just fucking belligerent.
Yeah, belligerent.
Like he was on something.
Yeah, bro.
That like he wasn't in his right mind. And that shit was wild. But yeah, so if he can grow up and mature like that, then I could get behind that and stuff. And I don't want to see his career just like be over. Yeah. But we'll see what happens.
Yep. Tonight we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
That's our little MMA segment.
Well,
Go ahead.
Did you hear about Stylebender and
John Jones?
No, Yoel.
Who?
Yoel Romero.
Oh,
in March.
It's set.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In March we got that.
Stylebender is crazy, bro. And you would like Stylebender because he come out and he do like anime shit. So he'll come out. He's the last
Stylebender.
He'll come out. Yeah, he'll come out and he'll do like some Naruto shit. He knocked a man out one time and threw a Pokeball at him, and it was like I caught his ass. He threw Ash's hat on, turned it backwards, and threw a Pokeball at his ass. He do Dragon Ball Z. He do some My Hero shit. Like he in the anime. Like and he a black like. I don't know where he's from. He's from Nigerian. No, I just want to say Nigerian,
Africa.
but he's black. Black.
Israel Adesanya.
Yeah,
something like that.
I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, he beat people asses and then do some anime shit on them, and then get somebody to do like animation over what he doing and post it on his Instagram. So they'll like actually make him go Super Saiyan and shit.
Yeah, Fire. But Yoel is a fucking machine. I was watching a little bit of him and Joey Diaz on JRE, and him just talking about like that Cuban system. Yeah, he's like, it makes you a machine. Yeah, inside and outside, like you are a machine. That's all. You're not a human.
You're not a human.
Like if you're not the first place wrestler, you're not eating like he is. Yeah. You're not getting those privileges. If you're third place, you're not getting the same privileges as second place. Like if you're sixth place, you ain't eating.
Yeah, facts. So sixth place, I never even heard of sixth place before.
Yeah. So we got Izzy and Yoel in March, and then Khabib and Ferguson. Hopefully, assuming that doesn't fall through for the sixth time. Yeah, in April.
Ferguson and who?
Khabib.
Yes, that's gonna be because they try. Ferguson. This is either their fifth. Crazy.
This is either their fifth or sixth time trying to fight.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, one of them, one or the other, is always getting injured or sick. Yeah. One time, like Tony was leaving a press conference and tripped over some wires and fucked his knee up like 2 or 3 days before.
What type of shit is that?
Yeah,
Tony Ferguson is fucking insane.
His training is retarded.
Just his face wise, you look at him like, oh, you crazy. I'm straight. And Khabib is like one of those guys, and from damn, I forgot where Khabib's from.
Dagestan,
Russia. Man. The same type of mentality, bro. Get it from the mud, and I'm killing everybody. Dog. What you see? You like this beard, dog?
Well, it's funny how much Khabib goes ahead and talks to the guys as he's pounding their faces in. He's like, I'm going to win. Like, this is over. Just fucking tap already.
You're done. He's punching stop. Connor saying, what you say about my dad? What you say? What you say?
And he was even trash talking Dana White, I think. Because he was like, I'm busting your... Or no. That was the fight before. He's like, I'm going to destroy your boy.
Yeah. Your golden boy.
Yeah.
He started calming down, so we ain't going to pause just yet. I got to judge that nudge for you. Judge that nudge!
I feel you there, Jack.
Jake, this is your specialty here.
All right, Taekwondo.
We're in some Taekwondo. Let's go to the YouTube page then. We'll get the YouTube so I can get that full screen.
What is this?
I like the noise.
So look at what they do. They score it using Tekken. They score it using Tekken health bars at the top. So is Taekwondo only kicking?
So it's primarily kicking. There are hand strikes. Most of the takedowns are actually like imported from judo.
Do you have any idea how they're choosing how much health somebody loses on their bar?
No idea. shit's different now. Like when I was fighting, towards the end, they were just now getting, and it was like a rare thing, but they were just now getting these chest protectors and instep guards that had sensors on them for electronic scoring. So, because before you would have judges going ahead and scoring the shit, and I could go ahead and blow the shit out of your arm, and as long as he's on the other side, I'm kicking this side here. All he hears is a loud ass sound, and it looks like it connected. He can't see that your arm was there blocking it.
Are points based on body part? So like arms worth less than chest and
arms. So arms would be worth nothing.
Okay.
And it used to be body was 1 point, head 1 point, and only kicks would score. You could punch. You could punch to the body. You couldn't punch to the face. But it was, one body, one head. And then they went ahead and was like, well, we need more excitement and stuff like that to try and make it more mainstream. So they revised the rules. So 1 for the body, 2 for the head. Woo! And then they revised it to...
Doesn't that make everyone want to just go for the head constantly? Like,
right. Which is more exciting for people to watch.
Which is shorter lifespan.
That's CTE. But, and then they went ahead and change the rules again to go ahead and give you an extra point if it was a spin technique. So if I do a spin body, that's 2 points. Spin to the head, that's 3 points. I can't remember if they started adding a point if you like knock the person down with a strike. I don't think so, but yeah, it was always funny to me because like there was such a lack of emphasis on hands that people would be in the clinch. You know, and we're basically chest to chest, and would be just standing there, and like wait until and like trying to maneuver like so that I could go ahead and time my exit with a kick to go ahead and and there's all sorts of
he's trying to time his exit with a kick too,
right?
So now who go exit?
But meanwhile, I'm sitting there and just fucking working the like especially like the flank here and stuff would be wide open,
flank steak
and. Yeah, like it never scored any points and stuff, but like knocks the wind out of a motherfucker eventually. So
yep, that'll get you to win.
That's what my dad always used to say when we would watch boxing. He's like, "People don't give enough respect to the body shots."
I've seen it when you get KO, TKO, or RKO from a body shot. That's crazy.
When Bernard Hopkins took down De La Hoya with the
crazy. All right,
oh yeah.
Second judge that nudge that I got.
So going back to the TKD sort of thing, like the thing that the reason why it doesn't get a whole lot of respect is because how much kicking is involved. Like that works really well and is cool in that environment.
Yep.
Could you imagine
doing those in like a street in the bar
on the sidewalk right now with the snow and ice? No, I'm not. Like
you don't want to jump and do roundhouse kicks and
right.
I'm walking my dog in this shit that's out here right now. And then somebody run up, and all I got is my kicking skills. I'm trying to be Deku from My Hero,
right? And
my shoot style in the snow and ice. You ain't lying, bro.
Right? Yeah. So like, and that's why we would always try and emphasize with people like, look, when we're talking about actual self-defense, I don't know if I'm kicking above the knee.
Yeah.
Coming with that side kick to the knee, going ahead and making it bend the wrong way. And that's really all you need, because I'm not having someone snatch it. That's fucking retarded.
It is retarded. All right. But so you think that they was just taking off random health points? For
my guess is there was some sort of point system.
Yeah, there had to be some sort of logic to
I don't think they're like 12, 11.
And if they're doing all that, I have to imagine that they're using electronic scoring too.
Okay.
So I imagine like it's registering whether it's a head kick or a body shot. And I wonder if it's like also like factoring in like the actual pressure. It should. I have to imagine with the technology these days that it could.
Yeah,
And
I
it
think
also
so.
depends.
If they got the sensors, then that will make a lot more sense.
It depends on if it was like an exhibition thing or if it was an official tournament too.
Yeah.
Like
So
if it
what's
was,
the ref? What's the
I've never
ref's
seen
part of the? What is she looking for? No kicking in the nuts. That's about
Yeah.
it.
So no kicking below the belt. Obviously, no punching to the face. No holding. And I guess for the most part, that's it.
yeet.
It was always funny because, and some UFC fighters have been criticized for like I think Masvidal was criticized for striking Askren after that flying knee. and,
Damn, you sounded like Hank Hill just now.
Y'all want some propane?
I showed Julia the video last night, and she was like, "Wait, what the fuck just happened?" But your job as a fighter is to destroy the other person.
Yep, destroy 'em.
My job's not to stop ever.
Yep, you stop
That's the
me.
refs.
Yeah.
That's the refs' job.
You stop me, dog.
Right. So, I had gotten chastised by a couple of refs because I was kicking the guy as he was out of the ring, but the ref wasn't doing anything to stop it.
Jacob Savage.
So by out of the ring, do you mean on the way out or like random bystanders in the crowd?
Yeah.
Well, one time I had kicked the guy into like the stand area there. And like he felt,
But he's
in high
he's
school.
clearly outside the circle.
Yeah.
Jake knows he's not supposed to kick somebody outside the circle, but his mentality is, I'm not stopping till you say stop, motherfucker.
Because I'm in a dangerous situation then, because the ref didn't stop anything, so there's no reason for him to not attack me. So it's either attack or be attacked, because the ref's not doing his job of keeping a safe, secure environment.
Yeah.
So stop being a bitch and get the fuck in there.
I bet y'all refs was just like how rec league basketball refs be, just some random guy.
No, they were all black belts.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah,
So
I
he
knew-
pussy.
Yeah, this one, I remember like being ref like Master Miles, Master Southwick, and all sorts of things. So like,
Master Miles. Okay, I
like-
think he sells pizzas now.
Maybe. I hope not. I hope you're doing better than that. But yeah. So now the judging, on the other hand, was kind of a frustrating thing, and
Yeah, I bet it's a frustrating thing in the UFC right now. So I know it was frustrating.
well, I mean, I guess I don't mean like not so much with the sparring as much as with like the Pumse, the forms, because those could just be parents.
Oh, that's wild.
And stuff, and so we always taught people who are competing for like Pumse tournaments, like, if you fuck up, don't acknowledge it. Like,
Let them
just
acknowledge it.
play it off. Like, just don't stop and admit that you fucked up. Don't try and restart or anything. You just keep moving through, play it off like you intended that shit. If you were through a low punch instead of a high block, do it on the other side.
Yeah.
Make it symmetrical.
Yep.
And and like you could do the form wrong and still win.
And so those belt ceremonies, what you call them, the pumses?
Well, that's the forms, yeah, kata and karate.
So you got to do those in order to get your next belt level.
Well, I'm talking about tournaments.
Oh, there's tournaments for forms and stuff,
yeah.
and they have parents judging people
Yeah.
during these tournaments.
Yeah,
That's crazy. And you can fuck up and still.
because like
That's crazy.
What they're looking for is like your
I get
technique
it.
and that sort of thing. So if you're throwing good crisp techniques, okay, you had a brain fart.
And so when you go to these tournaments, everybody's doing the same thing. Not every. Okay, so not everybody. If I'm entering a tournament, obviously I'm entering like a certain branch of that tournament, whatever the.
So you're
and
like
I'm competing
yellow belt.
against like 4 other people or 10 other people. I don't know how many people. When we step up, are we all doing the same forms, or I get to choose which one I'm doing?
By and large, same forms, because it's like all the yellow belt. All right, yellow belts, 18 to 22. You're all competing against each other, and there's technically 2 yellow belt forms, depending on your school. But most of us were all doing the Taeguk form, so you're all doing Taeguk Eljong at that point and everything. So you're all doing the same form.
Okay.
But like, if Wazzy does every move properly,
I'll be in
but with
pain.
shittier form, but you do have much better form, but you didn't do all the right moves. Like, which one? Who should I give it to?
Right.
Who is shittier?
Who's less shitty and stuff? So, but no, at testings and stuff, like, I mean, that's the instructors.
That's what I thought.
So, yeah.
I thought you did your okay.
Yeah. So you have to have it all together there for that.
Okay. So how were you ever an instructor during those times?
Mm-hmm.
How many people have you failed in your lifetime as an instructor?
So we pretest
Granted,
people.
just as an instructor, ignore all the other.
So how many times have you pre-tested somebody that was like, nah, bro, we can't bring your family out this Sunday. You gotta come back in about 2 weeks. We gotta work on this, bro.
There's plenty of times. Like,
we gotta work on this, dog.
because like, for one, it's a rude thing to do to go ahead and put someone in that public situation when they're not ready for it, and to like let them be humiliated like that. That's just not cool.
Do you know if all dojos do like a pre-test type of thing, or do some people say it's whatever, bro?
I would
this
hope
your
that
day,
they do.
and
I hope that they.
I mean, I would hope most instructors would be like, give it a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I mean,
And like the black belt pre-tests were even different, where like that was the real test. If you pass that, then like the public testing, because like the review board would be in private and everything. And if you pass that, then like we always looked at the actual black belt testing, the public testing, to be just like a ceremony, really.
For
like,
sure.
yeah, you got to go ahead and show everyone all this stuff, but like,
it's already all been done in the
you
background.
already practically have it, so like, don't freak out about it.
all right. So would this dude get his black belt?
I mean, I don't think so here, but oh. No.
Now tell me, it didn't connect. But tell me about this form. And
Oh wait,
technique.
can we go
Watch
ahead and
his
play
back
it
foot when
slower motion in the
Oh.
settings there?
Oh shit! I don't know.
Oh, it's a Giphy. It's not YouTube.
Yeah,
That's bullshit.
it says one time here though, but you're right.
I thought it was on YouTube again, but
Oh, there we go. I slowed it down.
okay. So he wasn't as far from his face as I thought he was at first. I mean, he was a good half foot. What the fuck is this, Mike?
I think this.
She getting her black belt too?
This is whoever posted this gift.
Now look at me.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, some random girl just got a shout out on the pod. So now, but look at before he doesn't just go into the kick, Jake. Look at the two swings to start it off. 1, 2, hands up, but then he down. And this is a classic black guy move, and mostly any guy. Look at my man's right here. Pull the pants up because the pants are sagging, but you can't fight like that. You got to get them back on the waist.
it's not functional.
And he thinking, okay, before he get his hands up, let me go ahead and hit him with something.
No, man, he would not. I would not say that he gets a black belt.
No.
When he get any belt, Jake.
No, man.
That's
You
the
gotta
belt
chill
off
out.
just the belt off your waist so you can whoop his ass for being an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, why would you ever throw that in that sort of situation at all?
I don't know. He was watching.
Well, he'd been watching too
Rumble
many
in the
cartoons.
Bronx last night.
Shout out to Jackie Chan and Rumble in the Bronx.
And he was like, let me go ahead and give him some of that work.
Yeah, no, like that stuff. You can make it work, and it can happen in real life as shit, but
9 times out of 10.
not for you, bro. Not for me.
Now, what do you do if you're the dude fighting the guy who throws a spinning heel kick at you?
You throw a spinning heel kick at me, I'm
And
fucking ending you.
Yeah.
No, because you can get to another level.
So he falls after this. You jumping on top. You mountain.
I'm fucking destroying it. Yeah. Ground and pound.
Ground and pound.
You were going ahead and spinning your heel at a motherfucker's face. The amount of damage that can do. You want to go ahead and do that to me? All right.
I got you.
I know the rules now. I mean, like we used to do. We used to do like promise sparring and stuff where we would go ahead and spar without any gear on, and I promise to hit you as hard as you hit me. Yep. So if you don't want to go hard, that's fine. Like we just do left taps.
We were here.
Yeah,
we're now up here.
Right. You want to hit me like this? Okay, now let's go. Yeah, that shit's wild though, man.
Wise, you still been doing Bitcoin?
No, I stopped a year and a half ago.
Oh, really? That long ago?
I only did it for like a year. I mean, I made $3,000 in the process, but
in a year? What made you stop?
It became unprofitable. I was earning less than $1 a day and spending. So it cost, I want to say, a little over $1 in electricity per day.
Over $1?
Mm-hmm. Or maybe $2 a day.
Okay.
So I was only earning 3-ish. So it just, I'm not gonna.
But what about? Like it goes up and down though, so you didn't think it would?
It's a gamble.
Get back up to where it was at before, because it had a big bust. But you always know that after that huge bust, it's gonna level out and go down. So you wouldn't want to stick to it till it got back to kind of leveling out.
I did it more for the entertainment values of writing my own programs that would automatically switch to different coins and stuff. And
yeah, I figured that your interest was much more in the nerdy shit of it.
Yeah,
like ooh, algorithms.
Like it's a thing that in the real world I could earn money and learn about what everything was doing. And I mean, I think the first couple months was when the first boom hit, and I was making like $20 a day.
That's crazy.
But I only had one video card, so I used that funding to build out everything, and I think I had 7 cards running at one point. And it was just more of a, how can I get everything to work together in entertainment? But so it's not like I made a shit ton of money, but
I mean, it's still cool though. A lot of people like 3,000 is a good little extra little penny in your pocket for a year, no matter what you're doing.
Well, I mean, I was also down for a while, so it's not like I would spend money, or as I would get more money out, I would buy new hardware. So I earned 3, but I probably spent 2.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Right, but you're reinvesting it,
right,
and stuff. So, assuming that you're still making like the 20 a day, well, but then you're reinvesting, so you're probably making more,
right,
and stuff. So, like,
exactly,
yeah.
And you was doing Bitcoin?
No, I was doing. So,
oh, what's up, bro? You all right?
He doesn't want Bitcoin.
You was doing what?
So different cards calculate different coins differently. So I was doing Ethereum, and
Ethereum is the one that Joe came in ranting about.
Oh yeah. And then I was doing Feathercoin on the Nvidia cards.
And that was mining.
Yeah.
Okay. So explain that mining shit again to me.
So where all of the money comes from in the mining is you're essentially paying the credit card fee. Like your calculations are basically like the MasterCard fee. So you're earning a small transaction fee of whenever somebody sends larger transaction fees. That's kind of where the money comes from. The value of everything is just standard value. It's what people are willing to pay for thing X.
Okay.
There is no intrinsic value in data.
Virtual currency. Yeah.
It's what people are willing to pay for.
So when you say a MasterCard value, so when somebody buys something with Bitcoin, you get
or transfers.
Oh,
so it's like a PayPal
period.
fee. Look at it as like a PayPal fee of like you send your boy $50, they take 50 cents.
Yeah,
that is where you earn your little bit.
So how are you getting in on that though? Wouldn't that be?
So it's
your video card is doing what? It's just going on the internet and snatching that shit. It's just stealing fees from people from the companies.
So the transactions have to have a certain number. It's a peer-to-peer system. So when you make a transaction, there has to be depends on the coin, but 30 to 100 people confirming that transaction happened.
Okay.
And
so you're interacting in that process.
right.
They don't make
You're
it-
like, hey, I got
got
this. That transaction is valid. Somebody else is gonna be like, hey, I got it. This transaction is valid, and it's calculating that transaction, and they're just complicated math equations. I don't know exactly how they work. I looked into it a little bit, but I didn't want to build a actual mining piece of software because fuck that noise. But yeah, it's just I did it for fun. It was a gamble. I would
paid
never,
off a little bit though.
Mhm.
I mean, you didn't lose on it. So.
And even if I did lose, the entertainment value. Money's money. If I'm learning in the process and having fun and all that, then.
So what's the new thing?
Right. Because I don't even know if I've heard of Feather Coin.
Well, no. I mean, if you're not doing that for
I jump from one thing to another.
You got that. You still got that setup downstairs, so you using it, or is
it's been
making a new PC?
It's been that was my latest one. Is my PC's finally done.
Yeah.
I gotta wait for new video cards to come out.
Did you get the blue hair though?
I've asked my parents. They don't have a picture of it. I may just have to redo it again.
Tips is cool though. If you could just find that.
So Frosted Tips.
If we could find the foundations of the internet, I'm sure it's buried in there.
I don't.
Facebook posts.
I don't think
MySpace.
Frosted Tips ever went up to MySpace.
What's before MySpace?
Friendster.
Friendster.
Oh.
Any Friendster?
What about LiveJournal?
LiveJournal, Black Planet. Y'all probably wasn't on that.
No, I was definitely not part of it. I remember LiveJournal. I'm like, for me, LiveJournal was. Why am I reading this? I don't care what other people feel. My current mood is, and then a song. I'm like,
yeah. I definitely was not on no LiveJournal. Is this literally people journaling shit?
Well,
I believe so. I knew some people were on it. What about Zynga?
I didn't even like Doug, so I know I'm not going like LiveJournal.
Zynga? Or however the fuck you pronounce it? That XY.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. XYNGA.
Nope.
Man. Everyone was on that in my high school.
Really?
I mean, well, I guess not everyone. I was also part of the computer club, so maybe that's part of it.
The computer club.
But you got to write HTML and
hey,
shit.
I was in there playing Doom
before MySpace.
and jumping, breaking through the proxy servers and getting some Doom.
I remember getting
going.
some Quake go.
Quake is what I meant. Actually, Quake is what we used to play.
We play Quake 2. Would have like railgun comps, and we're like, all right, everybody only gets a railgun.
Why was it so easy to break school firewalls in high school, dog?
Have you met the guy who's got that job?
Motherfuckers just go to a wild proxy and they'd be like, all right, put this password in. All right, let's get it. And then we just talking shit during class, bro, because also the football coach was the teacher of the computer class, so what the fuck is he gonna do? Like, he don't want to be there. He just had to get a job just so he could coach the school. I think that was I don't know if that's still a thing, though. You got to work at the school to coach at the school. I'm not sure. But that used to be a thing when I was in high school. So our football coach just had an easy computer class where he would make everybody come in, just get on Excel and do like something in there and then turn it in. And you could do that in like 15 minutes and then for 40 minutes do whatever you wanted.
Just dick around.
Yeah, just dick around. Leave. Talk to him about film. It was good being on the squad back in the days. What was you about to say?
Oh, I was going to say, I think our freshman high school coach was from Losser, so I don't think that you have to actually work at that school. Maybe in the district.
Yeah, because my basketball coach was a teacher, but he worked for like, what was that shit called? O-Tech, C-Tech or something like that?
M-Tech?
I don't know. It's where they went to go do computer stuff. I wanted to be in that so bad, but they never let me go. It was kind of for the dudes who was fucking up in school. So that and model. They used to send kids to a farm. Yeah, they used to send them to a fucking farm, Jake, if they was fucking up in school.
Oh, you need some physical labor.
Bro, they would take the bus to our school in the morning so they could see their friends and see what they was missing out on and get their bitch asses on this little bus.
Now go to the plantation.
Bro, take your ass over there and get to work.
Yeah, but I took a class and I got got English and gym credit out of one. I got 2 credits out of one.
I'm not saying it wasn't fire because they sent my brother there too. I don't know what
they sent him to the farm.
Yeah, my boy.
I went
He
there.
was valedictorian of the farm. They made him do a speech when he graduated.
Well, that's funny because isn't it like a phrase like, well, we sent Spot to the farm. Oh man. Yep. Well, we send Jewel to the farm.
I mean, there were times kids almost died doing the adventures in English. I did a 40-foot drop because the person so it was a
You
rope
fell
climbing.
40 feet?
Yeah. So I didn't hit the ground though.
Story time with Waz.
So,
Right.
so we were doing climbing, just climbing up their little I don't know what you call it. They're a tree. Why not? The person. So
Wait, was it actually like climbing up a tree, or
no?
was it one of those, like structure?
Yeah, it was a
things?
structure.
Okay, and it had like the little.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like different bars across, and you could go up anyway. Everybody had a partner for who would be the person on the ground with the carabiner holding the rope and everything.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit! So it wasn't like a professional. It was
Nah.
some other fucking chump.
What we say we want to call people? Mongoloids? Some other Mongoloid.
Some goddamn mongoloid at the fucking bottom.
It was schoolmates, so they care even less.
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody's got people who are roughly similar sizes. At this point, I'm not a small person by any stretch of the imagination.
Back in high school?
I mean, just in general. I think I was like $180, $200 at that point, which it was like, high school.
That's about what I was, though. So you weren't big.
The person who was
that
my
me?
partner when they were going up was 95 pounds soaking wet.
Oh wow! So
it was easy when I'm just like, okay, cool. You fell. I didn't notice because at that point I was in wrestling and
right.
Still way out of shape, but then it came to my turn to climb. Nobody put any thought into it. So I get
And you
there.
didn't say anything. So you didn't put thought into it, or you didn't. You just didn't say anything.
Yeah, he did. He did. Thank you, Mike. He did and didn't say nothing, bro.
That I didn't doubt. Once I started climbing, I'm like,
Is that what you was like?
and then I continued climbing. And when I got to the top, you're supposed to just let go and fall down.
Oh, okay.
So I
It
did
like
that.
rappelled down.
She
you
went in
just
the
kept-
air. So I'm hanging there probably 30. So from the top, it was like 30. It's like 40 feet tall. I dropped like 30.
Oh wow.
She's hanging there. Her friend is grabbing the rope. So her
Wait a second. So you dropped 30. How high did she go up?
Right.
she was up 10 feet high.
So you guys were like even.
She was like 20 feet below. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, not even, but it was close enough that it's like, oh, you weren't on the ground. And her friend was like holding the rope because that was the only thing keeping me not from falling.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was an interesting experience.
I mean, to say
That's
the
a
least.
ridiculous experience. That's a ridiculous experience.
Teachers pay better attention. Shit.
Bro, what the fuck, teachers? Like, seriously.
That one is twice as big.
Especially
as that.
out Bloomfield, man. Y'all making easy fucking money, dog. Like, Bloomfield teachers make easy money, bro. Pay attention, bitch. That's crazy. Well, at least you survived, Wazzy. No broken bones.
Mm-hmm.
Just
No broken heart.
No broken heart.
He's like, no, it
was already
broken. Going back to these orgasms.
I just wanted to see what it is in 25 and 24
Wait.
hours.
I don't buy that.
I nominate my 11 to 12-year-old. Wait, you don't know how old your kid is?
No, it said I nominate my 11 to 12-year-old self.
Oh, okay. Reading is fundamental.
Yeah, it is. Oh man, you got anything else you wanted to bring up, Jake? Today, Wazzy, y'all got some topics on the docket?
No, I mean, we're at an hour and a half.
Okay.
I don't think I got anything pressing.
Let me make sure I don't got nothing pressing. I did hear that in Ohio you can drive. Exactly.
I feel like
You can go down to the Ohio and get lap dances with food stamps. So you can use EBT to get you some nice Ohioan.
Can you do that
strippers.
up in Gaylord? Because I could see.
Imagine that shit, bro. You go to the strip club. And she say, how you pay for this?
So is that
and
a
you
barter?
pull out your bridge card.
Is there a barter system?
It's gotta be, bro.
what can I like?
Can you just bring in a burger?
If I bring in a loaf of bread, like what are we talking about here?
What are we talking?
It's pumpernickel. I don't know if that helps.
I have no idea how these transactions work, bro. But they
what do I
got
get for a
busted
cinnamon
by
roll?
the cops because the cops was in there.
Oh.
They got 40.
Oh, so they weren't allowed. Like that
No,
isn't. So, I thought it was
they
something
got-
you could do.
No.
Yeah,
the cops busted their ass.
There's a difference there.
Yeah.
Shout outs to the cop who got that undercover job to go to the strip club and buy as many lap dances as you could so you
With
could
food
bust.
stamps?
Yeah.
It was actually-
so you could arrest everybody in that boy.
how fucking wild is that? Like your boss is like, so Michael, I need you to go to Deja Vu here. Here's all these. I want you to get as many lap dances as you can. Here's a whole pile of food stamps.
What if it was like just
I told you I'm retired, Cap. Mike, you're the best detective we got.
Exactly.
We need you on the case.
I don't know how my wife is going to feel about this.
exactly? You have all day. What if it was like just some off duty?
no.
And they're like-
Show I did it for the job. I'm trying to clean these streets up.
It's dirty motherfuckers in the strip club using food stamps to get dirty girls. It's just dirty.
They don't even have cash.
They get dances without cash.
Is that the sort of world you want to live in?
It's too dirty.
I can't have Jack in this sort of shit. Fuck that world.
Bro, that's a hell of an undercover job, bro. How do you dress if you're an undercover cop at the strip club? I'd be so uncomfortable. Like, does she suspect me?
Well, if you're paying with a bridge card, then you better be like, I don't know, chapped lips.
Yeah, you can't go in there
Unshowered.
You can't go in there too fly.
Yeah, you gotta look kind of homeless. I think.
Oh shit! Like, them J's was expensive. Why is he using this bridge card? He must be a fed. Doom doom. That's all I want to let y'all know.
Well, that's just wild. I appreciate that.
I thought you meant it was like a legal thing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Only in Ohio.
All right, y'all. Episode 2, signing off for the Unnamed Podcast.
Should have
We'll
been named
a name
soon.
next week. For
That's what we said last week.
Jack says bye. Say bye, buddy. Say something. Say bye. Huh? Okay. He say forget y'all. I feel you, bro. Deuces.